Hey, what's up YouTube? Welcome back to my page, Money Making Juggernaut. I'm your host, Eric Richardson. Today, guys, I have a great video in store. I'm going to talk about your weekly game plan for surplus funds. All right, guys, but before we get started, go ahead and hit the like, hit the subscribe button. You guys already know I'm coming out with this content for you guys. So the reason why I want to make this video is because a lot of people are not structured in this business. The ones who have success are the ones who just freestyle, freelance, and struggle in this business. They don't have a system. All right, so we're gonna go over a system that you guys can do every single week so that you go into it with a game plan. All right, so before going into every week, it is important to have a game plan. We should not freestyle this business. If we develop a system and have a structure, we can then operate this business efficiently. All right, guys, so I'm gonna give you 5 steps on how you can actually have your game plan. All right, so the first one is going to be identify the counties that you are working. Okay, so locate the counties you are working and view when they are holding auctions. All right, so let's say you're working 5 counties. All right, so if you're working 5 counties, you want to prepare a list with those 5 counties. All right, you want to see which ones are having auctions this week. You want to see where the information is being hosted. All right, is it a sheriff sale? Is it a sale that's on the auction calendar directly on the county site? Am I using any third-party sites like PropStream? Am I using Property Radar? Am I using auction.com? You need to figure out where you can actually locate this information. All right, so I'm going to go over an example, guys. We're going to go over a few counties in Florida. Let's say, for example, I'm working Hillsborough County. All right, so I know that in Florida, with their auction calendar, I can view their mortgage foreclosures and their tax deed foreclosures. So today is Saturday. All right, so going into next week, I can identify that there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 foreclosures. And now I will jump over to the tax deed side and see how many tax deed foreclosures they have. All right, so we have foreclosures every day on the mortgage foreclosure. And then on the tax deed next week, we just have 1 on Thursday. All right, so I've identified, okay, going into this week, we have mortgage foreclosures every day, and then we have a big tax deed that's gonna take place on Thursday. All right, so number 2, how many upcoming auctions are there? Write down how many auctions are occurring for each county. Identify properties that will have a potential surplus by using the pre-foreclosure strategy. All right, so if we go back to the mortgage foreclosure, all right, we can identify that we got some good foreclosures. Let's see, let's go ahead and compare. All right, so we're looking at the property address, we're looking at the assessed value compared to the final judgment. All right, so that one doesn't look too good. Tuesday, let's see, this one could be decent. Wednesday, this one's definitely looking good. This one's looking good, this one's looking good, that one's looking good, so is that one. So these are properties that potentially would have a surplus because I'm looking at the final judgment compared to the assessed value. And if the assessed value is higher than the final judgment, we can presume that this will potentially have a surplus. Now, it doesn't always mean that there will be a surplus, but okay, we've identified some good properties there. Let's go on the tax deed side. So we go over to the tax deed side and we look at Thursday, and let's see, opening bid 41, assessed value 72. So we can assume that the property will sell around that area. So yep, that will have a surplus. This will definitely have a surplus. This will have a surplus. This will have a surplus. So you get the premise, guys. There's a lot of properties that are going to sell for a higher amount than what is owed. So we can see that there's going to be a surplus. All right, so if we now do this for every county that we're working in, we've identified properties that will have the surplus. Now we can go ahead and implement the pre-foreclosure strategy. Okay, so now we can create our database. We're going to have the owner's name. We're going to have the relationship to the property. We're going to have the property address, the date of the sale, the assessor's parcel number, the APN. We're going to have the case number, the opening bid, the potential sell amount, and the potential surplus. And then we're going to go ahead and market, guys. And then once we market, we get people that are interested. Now we can get them under contract before the property sells. Once the property does sell, then we'll have that final surplus. All right, so here the next step: when properties do sell, update your database. All right, so as the week progresses and auctions are completed, be sure to update your list with accurate surplus information. All right, so as the week progresses, guys, let's say we're going through the week, we get to Thursday after the sale. Let's go through all the properties that sold, and then let's identify the ones with surplus, correct our data because we just previously did pre-foreclosure. So now we're going to have the exact information. We want to go ahead and update our database and make sure we reach out, because in this business, guys, you got to be either the first or the second company that has contacted them. Now let's just use last week as an example: mortgage foreclosures for Hillsborough. All right, so on Tuesday we had a sale here, no surplus. We have a sale here, there is a surplus. All right, so we had one surplus. All right, let's see if we had another one. So last week they only had one surplus on the mortgage foreclosure side. All right, so then we take a look at the tax deed side. Let's look at their previous sale that they had. A lot of redeemed properties, and then we had one that barely sold. Okay, so Hillsborough, not much going on, but the good thing is, guys, we have all the counties that we can work. You can work multiple states, multiple things. All right, so we're getting our game plan together. We have a structure. We're not freelancing. All right, fourth one, make sure your marketing's set up. Pre-foreclosure marketing, making sure that you're reaching out to these individuals, informing them about the upcoming sale, letting them know that they have equity in the property. If the property sells for a higher amount, they're going to be entitled to those funds, and we can help them out. All right, create your follow-up campaigns. Once the properties are sold post foreclosure, we got to make sure we're marketing as well. All right, and then the last one, number 5, follow up. Follow up is the name of the game, guys. You can create automated follow up, you can manually follow up, but you have to follow up. We want to follow up on old claims, and we also want to focus on this week's good surpluses. All right, guys, so implement these 5 steps right here. Go into every week with a game plan. Do not freestyle, and when you treat this business like a business, you'll get paid like a business. All right, guys, so if you enjoyed this video, go ahead and hit the like, hit the subscribe button. Also, if you're interested in getting the course, the link is in the description. If you click on the link in the description, it's going to pull up the course link. You can use the code TAKEACTION. You receive $100 off.